Today, we are at Frederick County Public Schools Transportation Department. Every day, hundreds of students are taken from their homes to our school safely and dropped back off at the end of the day. Let's take a look at how these essential team members play a vital role in supporting our students. Come on, let's go inside. So we're here with Stacy Doherty, route surveyor for Frederick County Public Schools. Stacy, thank you so much for allowing us a little bit of your time today.
Well, thank you for being here.
Yeah, I know how busy you all are. We walked into the office earlier today and I was like, are we going to be able to get this interview in? So we definitely appreciate you taking some time out of your day to speak with us.
Absolutely.
So can you tell us a little bit about what you did before coming to Frederick County Public Schools as a route surveyor?
My first job was with Frederick County Public Schools. I was a teacher for a couple of years in the late 80s at Frederick High School, taught English, and left to raise my family. Had a few part-time jobs, and then when my kids were half grown, I saw the ad for bus driving, and I thought, well, this works. It works with the school schedule. I'm off the days they're off. I get their snow days. And it was, it seemed doable. And so I started as a bus driver, and actually I was kind of surprised how much I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it very much. And then about, I think it was 2015, something like that, 16, they advertised for a route surveyor, and I went through the process of testing and interviewing for that position and was awarded a position, and enjoyed that too.
Oh, that's awesome. Mm-hmm. So can you tell us a little bit about what a route surveyor does?
Well, honestly, we're a facilitator. So you identify the students, you put them on routes, you make the path for the bus and make sure that the directions and the roads they're traveling on are safe, that the turnarounds are safe, and that type of mechanical process. But ultimately, during the school year, I think people would be surprised at how much change there is throughout the year. Students are moving constantly. As we all know, the county is growing very quickly. So those new families need bus routes as well. So it's a very dynamic process all year long. And so I work with the schools very closely to get transportation for my students in my districts that I cover. And then likewise, you work with the drivers. I mean, part of the job is making sure that the drivers are comfortable with what they're doing. We get fantastic feedback from them, whether they're our eyes on the road. Hey, I don't think this is the best pickup option. There's a curve that I can't see on my map that is a blind curve. We need to reroute this part of the trip. And so we take all that feedback from them and absolutely incorporate and utilize their issues and their suggestions as well. So we facilitate both directions with the drivers and with the schools throughout the year.
So you all are not always looking at you're not looking at the quickest route, you're looking at the safest route.
Yes, absolutely. It's the safest route. There's so much goes into whether a stop needs to be door side, if a student can cross, and I got to tell you, lots of times we get questions from parents, why does it take my child so long to get home? But I find when we reach out to parents and discuss it with them and explain it to them, they understand, okay, that's great, that they just like to have an understanding of what the process is and what the thinking was that went into the creation of the route. And it becomes self-evident when you look at the safety factors.
So you talked about team, and you talked about managers and so forth during our time together. How important is the team?
There's something like the pandemic. I think you either see the cracks or you see the strengths, and I'll tell you what, there just aren't cracks. This is a fantastic team. I'm very proud of the transportation team. Everybody involved pitches in. Every manager is driving. Fred is driving, our director, all the time. It gives our hearts a little pitter-patter when we see Paul Lebo out there driving a school bus. God bless him. everybody pitches in. The drivers have been fantastic. The way they will adapt to help out, open routes, go back, add additional work on day after day. They add additional work to get the students to school, to get the students home. It's a fantastic team. I cannot give them enough kudos. And dispatch. I don't know how the dispatchers do their job, but they're amazing.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. Let me ask you this question. What do you enjoy most about what you do?
You know, it makes me feel good when you know you've really helped someone, whether it's a student that's in transition and is genuinely going through a very difficult time, and they need to be staying at the school that they're going to, at least through a duration, a period of time. They may not be in district, they probably aren't, but they still need that transportation. And sometimes when you hear the backstories on that, and you know that by facilitating and arranging for drivers to be able to get that child in the morning, get him to his home school, know that that child, she is going to be around, the teachers and the children, their friends that care about them right now at this crisis, sometimes that is just so important to them. And that is really gratifying because the schools will give us feedback. You know, the family really appreciates this. The family is so grateful. The student is so grateful. And it makes you feel good. You know?
And those things are not soon forgotten.
No, not by us either. You know, we really do. We do like that part of the job.
I also appreciate that you mentioned, you know, you're a route surveyor, but you're also on buses every day making sure our kids are transported safely because of the shortages that we currently find. How do you see that impacting your primary job? Do you think they are combined, or do you think it's disconnected work?
I have been I drive a route until it's filled and then, or eliminated, and then I drive another route. So the benefit that I've had, having driven several this year, is it gives me better ideas and scopes and time. I really get a much better sense. The software comes up with one set of time for routing a bus, and oftentimes the drivers will come back and say, Stacy, there's no way I can get through this route with what you have here on the paper. And having driven the routes, I get it. Oh, okay, yes, that's unrealistic. I need to go back and adjust the software to either have the bus travel a little bit slower or a little bit faster so that the stop times are better calibrated. You know, that part has helped with being on the bus.
In my short time with Stacy, I was able to see firsthand her dedication and commitment to our students and their families. I observed the software Stacy uses to determine bus routes. As Frederick County continues to grow, our route surveyors are constantly examining new roads to see if they can incorporate new stops and more balanced routes. What I found out is sometimes, on the weekend, Stacy will get in her car and go drive a potential route. She's looking to see if it is safe and efficient. Stacy's role is critical in getting our students back and forth to school safely. Her enthusiasm and willingness to go the extra mile is heartening. What Stacy does on a daily basis is essential to Frederick County Public Schools. Anything else you want to share with us that you haven't been able to share?
Just how much I do enjoy the job, how much I appreciate and respect my coworkers, everybody I work with, and I appreciate the support from the schools. The registrars I work with are friends. I consider them friends now, even though I haven't seen many of their faces. And same with my drivers. I mean, it's very personal. I know their lives and lots of what's going on in their families, and for that, I do enjoy the job greatly. It's a lot of fun.
Stacy, we appreciate your time today.
Thank you
so much. I know how busy you are, so we value you and everything that you're doing for us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Hey, look, enjoy the rest of the day.
You too.
Thank you, Stacy. I learned a lot from Stacy today. I didn't quite know just how much was involved in making sure that the best route was chosen to get our students to and from school each and every day. She truly is an essential member of the FCPS team. Stacy, along with other members of the transportation department, are doing not just their primary job, but they're also driving routes every day. So we didn't get a lot of time with her today, but we did get some time with another member of the transportation team. We'll learn more about them next time on Essential. Until then, everyone, please take care of yourself, take care of each other, and be well.